Hi, gorgeous viewers. I hope you've been keeping well. I too have. For those of us who are new here, my name is Anya Godechege. And if you're still very, very new here, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and of course, hit the bell. Well, today, I just want to ask you a question. Do you know just how old the marriage institution is? Just keep it locked to find out how old it is. Did you know that marriage is the oldest institution on earth? Well, I thought it's important to mention that. Just guess how old it is since the foundation of life. It is that old. Well, so old, yet governed by only two rules. Rule number one, that a man should love the wife. Rule number two, that a woman should be submissive to the husband. Just those two rules. They seem few, but those are the pillars. They are the foundation. Such that if you try to, you know, try and mold them, try and modify them, then the marriage institution as a whole all collapses. So today I want us to have a very, very interesting look at these two roles, and understand just at what point do we underlook what role over what. I don't know whether I'm making sense, but there's one thing that I want to mention to us today, that the moment we lose out on submission and love, the whole marriage institution collapses. The reason as to why I'm talking about this, I have been doing a research over and over, and there's one thing that I have come to realize. We have had generations upon generations since the foundation of life that have gotten married. Marriage has been all through. We've had marriage over ages and ages. But the one age and the one generation that marriage is looking so hopeless, and marriage has no foundation, and marriage has no grounding, and everything wrong on marriage, and you can get married today and tomorrow you guys have separated. It is in my generation. And if you look as to why our generation has failed on marriage, I tell you why. It is because of one simple reason. We have tried to modify marriage. We are thinking, I don't really need to be submissive. I can, so long as I'm providing, I'm contributing a certain share in my marriage, I don't really need to be very submissive. And a husband thinks that as far as I'm supporting my wife, as far as that they're eating their clothes well, they have a shelter upon their roof, and the man thinks, well, I don't really to love her and appreciate her and keep on telling her that I love her. When we have lost these two things, I tell you for free, we lose marriage completely. We lose the whole idea of marriage, and that is why this is the one generation that, sad to say, are having marriages breaking every single day. I think in a minute we are having, I can't tell you just how many marriages are breaking, and why? Because we are trying to modify marriage. There's no way you're gonna put up a house and then you tell me that the amount of concrete, vis-a-vis the cement will change. When you put much of something, something will terribly go wrong, and that's certain. Those people that construct houses, they'll tell you, we have sand, we have concrete, and we have cement, and of course we have water. To put anything too much or less, something will go wrong. The same with marriage. It is one thing that should be very concrete and compact. But sadly, we have thought that you can remove submission. We have thought that you can remove loving your wife submitting to your husband, and then you think that you shall have a marriage that is flawless. The only thing that you'll have is a shell that is empty inside. And you can be sure of one thing: it does not please the heart of God. That does not please the heart of God. So today I just want us to tell us, I just want to say one thing. We need to be very careful on how we are relating with our spouses. In as much as we are contributing a 50-50 financial kind of share, let us not forget that in as much as you're paying the house rent, you still need to serve the cup of tea when it's ready. You still need to fix that cup of tea when you need to. Let us not forget that in as much as you're paying the school fees for the children as a husband, you still need to love your wife. You know, because the moment we lose that, we are the one special generation that we shall just be looking around and we are wondering. All our children will be singing the song of, we don't have grandparents, we don't have I don't know where my grandmother went, I don't know where my grandfather went. It will be so sad. And marriage has never been easy. It has never been easy, but people intentionally, you know, every day you wake up with the intention that I got to make it work. So today, I just wanted to make that very clear and very loud, and I hope this passes on to every person, and you know, to many people across, that we should stop modifying marriage. And the thing and the two rules that run marriages are love and submission. The moment you remove one or you try and slice a bit, you have a marriage that is failing. And the sad thing is what? We think that we tend to take our spouses for granted. And then the moment we start getting old, you realize that the most fundamental thing at that point was family, yet you don't have it, you know? You start wondering, I had family 1, family 2, family 3, and so many families, and then you look behind and then you're like, so what am I made of? You know, let us cherish the families we have. Let us cherish the children we have. Let us cherish the spouses that we have. So as I part, rule number 1, let us stop modifying marriages. Have a lovely week.